Dusty Radio is intended for mature listeners only. Children, go the away. Ladies and gentlemen, in a bit of dark, somber, heavy-hearted news, the self-described national treasure, Paris Hilton, feels that she is a possible target for the terrorist group ISIS. And I'm sure you all know what this means. This would be probably the biggest loss for this country since John F. Kennedy. And similar to a grassy knoll, ISIS can be anywhere. We all know that Paris Hilton can... We've seen it. It's documented. The footage is there. ISIS knows that. And Paris believes they want to take that away from us. Who's to say she is not right? The woman is a national treasure. Self-proclaimed national treasure. Perhaps the terrorist organization has wisened up a bit and is looking for more of a worn woman. And if that is what they're looking for, there is no one more worn than Miss Paris Hilton. I'm not throwing stones. The footage is there. It's there. It's proven. It's documented. This is fact. Just as much fact as the Declaration of Independence and the latest Harry Potter book. This is fact. Paris is currently working as a DJ in Ibiza. I'm not very good at pronunciation, as you can tell. I think she's probably on some wicked drugs. Drugs that bring an enormous amount of confidence. And that's not bad, but they're still drugs. And there's songs about it. You hear them. Songs about drugs. Paris, I hope you get the help you were looking for. Whether it be armed security or a drug rehabilitation center. You are in my thoughts. In other implosion-related news, the famous Georgia Dome is set to be imploded next year. And that saddens me a little bit. I'm sure plenty of you have visited there to see the Atlanta Falcons play, perhaps some other college team. I'm not the sports guy. I have very fond memories of that building from going to see WrestleMania 27 there. I did almost fall asleep and tumble down the rafters during a Jerry Lawler-Michael Cole wrestling match. For those of you who know, that one was hard to stay awake through. But it makes my heart sad. I have some fond memories there with a really good friend. You're in my thoughts, Georgia Dome.
Dusty Radio.
I watched a video today of a man from Sweden who came up with a brilliantly bizarre invention. This guy can turn your recently deceased pet into a fully functioning drone. That is right. Little Scruffy will be spread out, stuffed, and mounted to a drone for your viewing pleasure. So if Scruffy passed away yesterday and you need to water the crops tomorrow, you should really check this guy out. I mean, this started out as an idea, and I dare anyone to say it wasn't drug-induced. This is a strange and brilliant idea in one bubble. I'm a little strange, yes. Twisted, maybe. I laugh every single time I view Titanic. When that guy falls and hits the pole and spirals towards the water, and how the band continues playing, that shit gets me every time. I imagine if I were on the Titanic and I saw the band continue to play, my terror would momentarily cease for a sickening gut laugh. That's just how I am. You know, all of the members of the band at one point in their life had a family member or a friend tell them that the ship has sailed on their music career. I actually have a Titanic screenplay in the works. It's a complete reimagining. I'll give you a sample. Cut to the scene where the lookouts would have spotted the iceberg in the original version. Instead of death popsicles, they see a bright green flash. Boom! Aliens! The ship is attacked. Now here will be a key moment in my vision. The band stops playing. Massive casualties. The few remaining survivors are rescued, including our protagonist, and taken to a naval base for questioning. And from there, it only gets crazier. I can only give you a sample. I mean, you would need somebody like Brad Pitt or David Cross for this kind of action, sci-fi, espionage, love story. I mean, guys, inspiration is all around you. It's the second most magical gift given to human beings, only trumped by the love of our family. Open up to it. Inhale ideas. Exhale creativity. The world most definitely needs your input and your vision at this point. Creativity starts as a spark and can grow hotter than jet fuel, so get out there and expose the truth. I mean, you don't even have to leave your home to make the world a better place anymore. You can light the world through YouTube. This can be an inside job. If you're like me, I get sunburned insanely quickly, so it is better for me to stay inside. It only takes about 14.75 seconds for me to turn into a lobster. Hell, I can be 400 feet away from the outside and not even be touched by the sun and get sunburned. But you're not going to find any footage of that, nor any evidence of sunscreen. Just know that no dream is too big or too little. You have one life, follow your heart. You get what you put in, nothing more, nothing less. Don't place roadblocks in front of yourself. In the great words of Charlie Sheen, can't is the cancer of happen. If you have the idea and the passion, just do it. You can do it. I believe in you. We will all support you. Creative visionaries of the world, it is our time to take control. The world's greatest 5th birthday party is happening this Saturday, and very shortly I have to go make some preparations for this to happen. The little one is going to love this. I have Mario everything. Mario toothpicks, Mario lip gloss. That's for me. I have a Mario bandana. It's going to be great. I purchased a Mario original soundtrack from Amazon.com, and we will have that playlist bumping all day. So really quickly before I go, I'm sure some of you have heard about the two children, the two 12 and 13-year-old girls a few years ago who took a classmate into the woods to sacrifice her to Slenderman. Well, recently, a court has decided to try them as adults in this case, and that is irrelevant to my point. These two little girls thought that Slenderman was trying to kill them, and the only way to stop that was to sacrifice a classmate. Maybe they're schizophrenic, maybe there is some mental illness going on here. Anything is possible there. But I would like to explore the possibility, and for the record, the classmate did not die. She was stabbed 19 times and came very close to death, but she pulled through. And thank goodness for that, because that could have been a real tragedy. I'm sure she's scarred for the rest of her life because of that incident, but she is okay, and that is the plus side. But these two little girls who committed this crime, I would like to explore the possibility, the odd, off, rare possibility that perhaps they're not lying. What if they're not crazy? What if this Slender Man, this tall, lanky, well-dressed, faceless figure with a taste for blood and an appetite for fear was really coming after them? What if these two children are in danger right now by some demonic, otherworldly presence that we are unaware of? What if this isn't a load of garbage? What if these kids need our help? I've been outside at night, and I'm sure you have too. I've heard strange things. Noises, footsteps, whistles, mariachi bands. We cannot explain this. My neighborhood is deeply concerned. Mariachi band. We believe that the ghost of a mariachi band is in our woods, and we don't know what their intentions are. So if anybody can drop me a line on how to perhaps rid them of this area or guide them back towards the Mexican restaurant they once performed, that would be wonderful. But what if these kids aren't crazy? What if Slenderman is trying to kill them? I don't know, man. We don't know everything. It's terrible that it happened. I wish that they could have negotiated some sort of a better sacrifice that didn't involve hurting a classmate. Perhaps milk money, allowance, their iPod mini. But you never know. This world is crazy. There are a lot of things we don't understand. I'm also writing that movie right now, where the little girls go to jail, and then the town suddenly finds out that Slenderman's a real thing. Anyway, I've got to go do some party planning. Thank you very much for joining me here on Dusty Radio. I will see you next week. Sorry to cut it short, but I have just received a Twitter question from my girlfriend. When are we going to get the birthday cake? Well, beautiful, the answer is right now.